How to Use a 3D Printer. Written by Zach Heston. Narrated by Zach Heston. Copyright by HowExpert.com. So you've heard of 3D printers and you want to find out more about them. Well, here's the place to be. I will show you in a 7-step guide what 3D printers are all about, how to use one, and even help you decide which one is right for you. Chapter 1. Getting Started. What is a 3D printer? Well, a 3D printer in simplest complex is a printer that makes three-dimensional objects usually out of plastic. Since we are talking about more consumer-based 3D printers, I will stick with the basic type of printer, Fusion Deposition Modeling, FDM, or Fused Filament Fabrication, FFF. What these more complex names mean is basically a machine that will lay down layer after layer of plastic, fusing each layer to the next, ultimately forming the object. To get the picture in your head, think of a hot glue gun, how it pushes out that thick, goopy glue. Imagine running that hot glue gun in a square, then placing more glue on top of the old glue, and keep doing that until you have a nice little cube. That is basically what a 3D printer does, at a much more fine level, usually 1/10 to 3/10 of a millimeter, sometimes less for super fine detail. This entire process is automatic, however. Can I use a 3D printer? This is a true question many ask. Before jumping into the world of 3D printing, think. Do you have patience? 3D printing can be a very long process. Do you have basic skills of tinkering? The more affordable a printer is, the more likely it will malfunction or have flaws. You must be willing to tinker and try to improve on your printer. Do you have money? 3D printers can be very expensive, from the printer itself to the filament plastic it uses. Finally, one of the most important parts is, what will you use it for? Many people forget to ask themselves this question. A 3D printer is an amazing tool that can be used in many different applications. If you plan on buying it for just printing toys, it may get old after a while. Many use 3D printers for making replicas of things, props, robotics, or any other hobby. Some people even find success in selling their 3D prints. However, this goes into an entirely different subject that will be covered later in this guide. Even if you don't have a hobby application for it yet, then maybe it is time for you to get into a hobby that 3D printing can apply to.